India and the United States are calling it a trade breakthrough. Inside India, it is already a political flashpoint because while tariffs are coming down, the details of the deal are still unclear. And that uncertainty is exactly what is putting Prime Minister Narendra Modi under pressure. Let's break it down. This week in Washington, senior US and Indian officials held high level talks on trade, critical minerals, and strategic cooperation. The talks followed an announcement by US President Donald Trump that Washington and New Delhi had reached a trade agreement after nearly a year of strained relations marked by tariffs and disputes over Russian oil purchases. Trump said he reached the agreement with Modi in a phone call earlier this week. The clearest part of the announcement is tariff. Trump says the United States will reduce tariffs on Indian goods to 18%, down from a combined level that had effectively reached 50% after punitive measures imposed last year. Those penalties were linked to India's continued purchase of Russian oil. US officials say the additional punitive tariffs will now be removed, giving India significant short-term relief. Modi confirmed the new 18% tariff rate in a post on social media, welcoming the move. Trump has directly tied the deal to a geopolitical condition. He says Modi agreed to stop buying Russian oil and instead increase purchases from the United States and potentially Venezuela. This is where the narratives diverge. Modi's public statement made no mention of Russian oil at all, nor did they confirm any binding commitment to end such purchases. That gap has become central to the debate, raising questions about whether India has made a firm promise or whether Trump is projecting an outcome that New Delhi plans to manage quietly over the time. Trump has also claimed that India will reduce its tariffs and non-tariff barriers on US goods to zero and commit to buying more than $500 billion worth of American products across sectors including energy, technology, agriculture, coal, and manufacturing. India has not publicly confirmed this figure nor provided a timeline or sector-wise breakdown. Economists point out that $500 billion would amount to a massive increase in imports, approaching the scale of India's entire annual government spending. That is one reason analysts say the claim appears difficult to reconcile with India's economic realities. Agriculture is the most sensitive issue in this deal. The United States has long pushed India to open its agricultural market further, including access to large American agribusinesses. US officials have publicly welcomed the deal as a way to expand American farm exports to India. Inside India, that has immediately triggered alarm. Nearly half of India's population depends on agriculture for livelihoods, and farmers' protests have been among the most serious political challenges Modi has faced. Indian officials insist sensitive agricultural sectors will be protected but have not explained how those protections square with Trump's claims of zero barriers. Opposition parties say the problem is not just the substance of the deal but the secrecy around it. Rahul Gandhi has accused Modi of acting under pressure and compromising national interests, arguing that India is giving away too much without transparency.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कल शाम उस डील को साइन कर दिया। नरेंद्र मोदी जी पर प्रेशर है, भयंकर प्रेशर है। बट ये आप समझिए और हिंदुस्तान के जो किसान हैं आप सब समझिए कि इस ट्रेड डील में आपकी मेहनत को, आपके खून पसीने को नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने बेच दिया है और वो इसलिए बेचा है क्योंकि कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड है।
Other opposition leaders have echoed those concerns, warning that farmers, domestic industries, and public services could be hit if the fine print favors US corporations. Several critical questions remain unanswered. Is this a legally binding agreement or just a framework that still needs formal text and timelines? Has India made any enforceable commitment on Russian oil? Which sectors will actually see tariff-free US access and which will remain protected? And how realistic is the $500 billion purchase claim? Until those details are public, the deal remains more announcement than agreement.